102. Area high school softball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school softball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Welcome to Eola, Missouri. That's right, Eola, Missouri. Jim Ross, Matty Ingram with you as the Clopton Hawks have moved their home season to the Eola Core League field, and they'll host an EMO conference matchup, and it should be a good one against the Montgomery County Wildcats. We're glad to have you with us, and we'll tell you all about it right after this on the pregame show on Eagle 102.
I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
Well, it's a perfect night for softball here in Eola. If you haven't noticed yet, it's a little dry in Pike County, so the field is a tad bit dusty.
Just a little dusty for us. I think we're going to have a nice coating. It's going to maybe even make us look a little bit more tan than we already are, right?
As a woman, you would be worried about your tan, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm not. I'm too pasty for that.
But otherwise, it's a good night, a light breeze, so the temperature's just about perfect. And, Maddie, we talked about it before we came on the air. It's been quite a topsy-turvy season around the area so far, with everybody beats everybody.
Yeah, in the EMO conference, there's a lot of teams that are doing a rebuild right now. And so you have some really good pieces and you have some really good flashes of great teams on different days. And it's not as consistent as maybe some of the teams that we've saw over the last couple of years. Leading the pack, it's really Ellsbury this year in the EMO conference. But Clopton has some good pieces, and so does Montgomery County, which is why I think this is going to stack up pretty nicely today.
Should be a good game. Both of these teams started very, very good. Played well early. However, as of late, Clopton's lost 5 of their last 7. Montgomery's lost 4 of their last 5. So both teams kind of limping in here this afternoon.
Yeah, and so whenever you have teams like this, as we mentioned, there's good pieces, but I don't really think any spot is super defined to one person. People are trying to earn their spots and get into some consistency here and try to build a program back up. And so that's what we're seeing with Clopton. You have an ace in the circle and Ashlyn Noah, who got her start as freshman, but now you got to play defense and have some offense behind her too. So that's exactly what Clopton is looking to do. And
Clopton, they were considered young last year in terms of the age of their roster, but now they've got a number of seniors. They've got some experience. With last year was their first year with Dean Street as the head coach, so they've acclimated to that. And up to this point, talking to Coach Street before the game, their problem hasn't really been pitching or hitting. It's been taking care of the softball in the field.
Yeah, and when you look back at their game against North Callaway earlier in the week, that's a tough EMO conference loss. They fell 2-1, but it went error, double, and that's how 2 runs are plated, and you come up short by 1 run. You know, those close games, that's when things really matter. So if you can eliminate some errors, especially in a conference like this right now, you're really going to give your team a good chance to win.
And Bowling Green, the last game out, which was actually Tuesday for Montgomery, went over there and spanked them 11-0. Clopton lost on Tuesday night to North Callaway in that close game you just mentioned, 2-1. So both of them coming off of a loss and looking to get back on track here tonight.
Yeah, both of these teams, I think this is going to shape up to be a really good EMO conference matchup. I've seen Montgomery County play well this season. We've seen some really great things out of Clopton. I think this is a defining moment for both teams.
We'll be back with your Keys to the Game right after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
The Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Well, Maddie, the keys of the game in bat and ball sports, they don't really change very much from game to game, do they?
No, they do not. But today, I think both of these teams are really going to have to come out and play good defense. You're going to get a good performance in the circle from either side, and we know that errors have been a problem for both teams. So can you lock down and do what you got to do so you can get back in there and put up some runs on the board?
Yeah, I like to call it don't give away free at bats, and that is don't walk people, don't make errors, make them earn their way on, and if you can do that, your chances of winning go up exponentially.
Yeah.
So we'll see how both of these teams fare. We'll be back with our starting lineups and your first pitch right after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, and Center Locker Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Pepsi.
102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups first from the Montgomery County Wildcats. They're 8-4 on the season. Starting for them on the hill will be number 14, a sophomore, Jillian Weekly. Playing short, a sophomore number 3, Reese Hill. At third base, a senior number 16, Alraya Fisher. And behind the plate, a junior number 22 is Dylan Topol. Batting fifth, the left fielder, a junior number 11, Gracie Cobb. In center is a sophomore number 12, Anna Kleekamp. At first base, a junior number 1, Haley Meyer. At second base, a junior number 13, Josie Eversmeyer. And in right field, a freshman number 8, Kinley Wesley. Weekly, Hill, Fisher, Topol, Cobb, Kleekamp, Meyer, Eversmeyer, and Wessel. For head coach Audrey Heimer, she's assisted with Don Moultrie. For the Clopton Hawks, they are 6-5 on the season. Starting for them is a sophomore at second base, number 1, Charlie Spoonster. On the hill, as we talked about earlier, a sophomore, number 22, Ashlyn Noah. Batting third, playing short is a senior, number 8, Danica Graham. At third base is a senior, number 12, Riley Coots. In the sixth slot, behind the plate is catcher and a sophomore, number 19, Kaylee Noah. At first base is a senior, number 23, Jarrett Brook. Batting seventh, a senior playing right field, number 18, Skylar Parker. The designated player will be a senior, number 10, Bailey Baker. And in center field is a senior, number 15, Jalen Williamson. The flex player tonight will be Skylar Wilson. She is a freshman, and she'll be playing in left field. Yeah, Spoonster, Noah, Graham, Kuntz, Noah, Jarrett, Parker, Baker, and Williamson. For the Lady Hawks, coached by Dean Street, assisted by Dalton Kinney and Nikki Watts. Hawks look like new uniforms this year, huh?
They do. I really like them. They actually just did a media day with Ben Cordes. Bowling Green does that for a lot of their athletic programs, and Clopton just did that. So there were some photos of the girls with Coach Dean Street, and they were having lots of fun that day.
White with black pinstripes and white letters across the front, highlighted with a black outline. Montgomery County in their blue uniforms from head to toe, gray numbers with white trim. And with the Wildcats across the front of their jerseys, as Clopton has Hawks across the front of theirs. The umpires for today's game, Mark Bross will be behind the plate. Eric Dunlap will handle the bases. And we're about ready to go here as the starting lineups are being announced. And I guess we'll have a national anthem. We'll take a break and have the first pitch after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life, and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week. For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Cluckey, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Have a good one. We're about ready to go here from Eolia High School as the Lady Hawks are on the field. Let's take a look at them defensively from left to right. Wilson, Williamson, Parker on the infield from third to first. Kuntz, Graham, Charlie Spoonster, and Jarrett. Behind the plate is Noah and Ashlyn Noah. is on the hill. So sister batteries, huh?
Yeah, we have a sister battery, Callie, behind the plate, and in the circle today it's Ashlyn, and she's had a lot of the innings for Clopton this season and done pretty well.
We saw her against Ellsbury last year as a freshman, and she pitched really well, and that game was really close until Clopton made a few mistakes late, and Ellsbury pulled away. And so we expect to see good stuff out of her. And, of course, Montgomery, they're starting what we believe to be their number 2 tonight. Reese Hill is their number 1 pitcher, but they'll have Jillian Weekly on the hill today.
And one of the things that we've seen a lot of this year is people splitting time in the circle, and so I don't think that's been as common in the EMO over the last 8 years or so, 10 years, somewhere in there. You have a lot of pitchers, and it's just you have a workhorse, and they're going to eat a lot of the innings. And Ashlyn Noah is doing that for Clopton, but that's going to take some endurance. There's weeks where, you have 4 games, and then all of a sudden you have a tournament on Saturday.
Right.
And so that's a lot of innings for somebody when you're playing 7. And so you're really going to have to lock in physically, but mentally it's a big thing. It's really easy to take a rep off, and that's often where we see some of those scores maybe differentiate.
And the schedule is fairly compressed, and fortunately or unfortunately, depending on whether you're a player or a farmer, it's been dry. They haven't had any rainouts, so the schedule's been what it is on the season. The first pitch is on the way at 5:01, so just a tick-off start time. It's a ball high. Weekly leads it off. Hill, Fisher will follow. Topol will bat cleanup and bat 4th in this inning if anybody can get on. Second pitch is jam shot over the second baseman's head, and it's going to drop for a base hit for Jillian Weekly. A good pitch from Noah in on the fist, but she was able to muscle it over the second baseman's head.
There were quite a few plays like that at Mark Twain the other night where Rylan Harris was making a really great pitch, but it's just this little bloop pop fly, and it's dropping in no man's land. It counts as an infield hit, but that's a pitcher's pitch, and the pitcher doing their job.
Reese Hill steps in. She's a left-hander. She hits one deep to left center, and it may go, and it does. Reese Hill with a 2-run homer, and so Montgomery County comes out firing on all cylinders in the first, and they jump out to a 2-0 lead.
And this is something that we were talking about before the game as well. Reese Hill is a really great hitter, and the other night she was able to get one off of Harris whenever they played Silex. That game went into 9 innings, and Montgomery County was able to pick up the win, but she just made contact there. She didn't even have to go through an extension. She got all of that one, clears the left field wall.
And what breeze there is, it's in and into from right field, so that was not wind aided at all. She got all of that into left center and gets Montgomery County out to a 2-0 lead. Now batting third is Fisher, and she fouls it straight back and for the first strike. Olivia Fisher, I think I screwed her first name up in the starting lineups, mainly because I can't read my own handwriting. That's terrible. So the 0-1 pitch from Noah is a drop ball, jams her again. Nice try by Jared at first, but she dives and comes up short right at the gate for the Montgomery County dugout. So Fisher's in the hole, 0-2 here in this first. A 2-run bomb by Reese Hill has got Montgomery County on top here in the top half of the first. Topol is on deck, and Cobb will also get a chance out of the 5-hole as there are no outs in the inning. The 0-2 pitch is down the middle, hit to center. Almost in her tracks is Williamson, and she makes the catch for the first out of the inning. And the wind did knock that one down, because I thought when she first hit that could be trouble.
Yeah, that had a lot of pop behind it. It was a pitch that Noah was shooting for that inside corner, and it kind of just ran down the middle of the plate more than anything. Topol's timing was just a little bit off.
Well, actually, Topol hits that one. It's a line drive to the center fielder, Williamson, with a nice running catch for the second out of the inning. So she's got the first 2 put-outs, and it'll step Gracie Cobb for Montgomery County. She's a junior. Where's number 11? She's a petite young lady. The first pitch is a high drop ball for a strike. Now, you young folks call those fastballs, don't you?
Well, I probably would have called that a screwball. It ran inside and just dove off on that backside of the plate.
The next pitch is down for a ball, gets between the legs of Noah. And it's 1-1. That would be Callie Noah, or is it the way you say it, Callie?
Yes, Callie Noah. They're twins.
Callie and Ashlyn. The 1-1 pitch is high in the zone, swung on and missed. Makes it 1-2. So after the big bop from Hill, Noah settled in a little bit. Couple of flyouts, and now an 0-2 count on Cobb. The next pitch is that screwball you mentioned, swung on and missed. And out of the inning are the Lady Hawks, but not before the damage was done. 2 runs on 2 hits, nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the first. Montgomery up 2-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub. Seize the summer with hot savings on versatile New Holland mid-range tractors from Bowling Green Tractor. Choose 0% financing for 72 months or get up to $10,000 in cash back. Pick the deal that's right for you. As icing on the cake, you'll pay no money down with nothing due until 2025 with either offer. This summer's hottest deals on utility tractors are available now at Bowling Green Tractor. Stop in for all the details. Offer ends September 13th. For commercial use only. Customer participation is subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
2-0, Montgomery County leads it as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Pretty good crowds gathered in here since we got here, an hour or so ago.
Everybody's packing in behind us and around us, lots of lawn chairs.
So Spoonster, Charlie Spoonster, Noah, Ashley, and Graham will lead it off for the Lady Hawks. We'll get to the defensive lineup as we go for Montgomery County. Jillian Weekly on the hill. The first pitch is up and away. Cobb, Kleekamp, and Wessel from left to right in the outfield. Fisher, Hill, Eversmeyer, and Meyer third to first. Topol behind the plate and Weekly on the hill. And a fake bunt is taken for a strike by Spoonster. Evens the count at 1-1. 2-run homer by Reese Hill in the top of the first gave Montgomery County their 2-0 lead. Another fake bunt. She pulls it back this time. And it's high for ball 2. Second baseman squeezing in a modern-day way to shut off the bunt, as is the third baseman. A slap to left field. Will it drop? It will not. A running catch by Cobb in left field. Gracie Cobb on a nice play for the first out of the inning.
That's a good read by Cobb. We have a really long, deep infield, and so that outfield is really pretty short. She was way out in the grass by the fence and had to make the run in, and sometimes that terrain can be different.
It's a mental thing. Yeah, you don't think as an outfielder you should be playing on the dirt, but you almost have to on this big baseball field. First pitch is a strike to Ashlyn Noah. She bats from the right, has her hands spread apart. That was taught by Louisiana Lafayette back a number of years ago in Division I. And the count is 1-1. Next pitch is high for a ball, makes it 2-1. Breeze picks up a little bit, blowing straight in from dead center now. Little cloud cover, cools it off some. Next pitch is high for a ball, 3-1. Graham on deck, Kuntz in the hole for the Lady Hawks. And the 3-1 pitch is up and away as well. So the first walk of the game by either Hurler and the first base runner for the Lady Hawks. In steps Danica Graham. She's a senior, playing short today. See if Noah wants to do any running. First pitch is a drop ball. There goes Noah, and she'll steal second easily. Throw is way late. So a runner in scoring position for the Lady Hawks here in the first. They trail 2-0. Jim Ross and Maddie Ingram with you. Glad to have you with us here from Eola. We're not at Clopton if you just joined us. The field's still being constructed there. Next pitch swung on and missed. A drop ball high in the zone. Graham comes up empty. Evens the count 1-1. The next pitch is a drop ball, the screwball as Maddie likes to call it. Is a strike call, and it's 1-2 on Graham. She's got to put the ball in play here somewhere, make them field it. And she does. Ground ball to short. And they're going to go to third and get the runner as Noah runs into an out there. You almost have to make that go through. So Graham will reach on a fielder's choice, and Noah's out 6-5 at third base. And so instead of a runner in scoring position, now we have a runner at first in Graham, and Riley Kuntz steps in for the Lady Hawks. 2 outs, 2-0 to score. And there goes the runner again. The throw is going to be late, and another stolen base for the Lady Hawks in Graham.
Aggressive on the bases. That's really nice, and it puts the pressure on Montgomery County. So that's 2 runners in scoring position that the Clopton Lady Hawks have had.
Well, if you looked at the pregame warm-ups, you would think that Clopton might have an edge here because their infield was pretty clean. Montgomery County was anything but. The next pitch is low for a ball. It makes it 1-1. Kuntz, a senior, wears number 12 on that new white jersey. Pinstripes, love it. Next pitch fouled down the right field line and out of play. Makes it 1-2.
Head coach Dean Street talked very highly of Riley Kuntz and her leadership this year, and she's led the way offensively, hitting in that cleanup spot. An opportunity here to cash in and get 1 run on the board for the Hawks.
Weekly's next pitch is down in the zone for a ball, makes it 2-2. Neither pitcher here with blow-away speed, if you will. Decent velocity for both of them, but nothing that you're going to be able to strike your way out of a big jam, I wouldn't think. Next pitch is fouled down the right side once again and out of play. And it remains 2-2 on Kuntz as she continues to battle here. In the bottom of the first, 2-0 Montgomery County on a Reese Hill 2-run homer, the second batter of the game for Montgomery County. The 2-2 pitch from Weekly is right down center and drilled into left center. It's going to be off the wall. The run will score from second. So an RBI for Riley Kuntz on a single, and they cut into that 2-run lead, do the Lady Hawks, and make it 2-1.
Great piece of hitting there, and seeing enough pitches, she fouled off quite a few there to get the pitch that she wanted, and that pitch floated more towards the middle of the strike zone, and so able to sit back and drive it. That's just that senior leadership and that experience at the plate. Good job by Riley Kuntz.
And that was squared up. That was drilled into left center, and in steps Callie Noah. The left-hander throws right and bats left. And she'll take a drop ball high as Kuntz ended up at second on her base hit. And the next pitch is fouled straight back. So a runner in scoring position, 2 outs, 1-1 the count on Callie Noah. The next pitch from Weekly is high in the zone. She'll take it for a ball. Makes it 2-1. As the dust flies out at second, as Kuntz dances around out there after the pitch. Next pitch right down central, drop ball right down the middle. Taken for a strike, evens the count at 2-2. 2 outs in the inning. Noah needs to put the ball in play. The next pitch is down and away, and it makes the count full. First full count of the game so far. She digs in, and the pitch. Grounded straight back to the box. Nice play by Weekly. 1-3 on the putout, and that gets the Wildcats out of the inning, but not before Clopton scores a run. Had 1 hit in the inning, left a runner on base, and it's 2-1. Montgomery as we head to the top of the second on Eagle 102.
The week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
2-1 Montgomery County as we head to the top of the second inning. Cleatcamp, Meyer, and Eversmeyer for the Wildcats. As Ashley Noel heads back to the hill, she struck out one of the batters, but the big blow was a single by Weekly to lead off the game, and then a 2-run homer by Reese Hill that gives Montgomery County their 2-1 lead.
It was nice to see Clopton respond so quickly. Sometimes whenever you give up that home run in the first inning, well, Noah was able to shut him down after that, but that can kind of suck the life out of you before you even get into the dugout to say, okay, we've got to put up some offense here. So it was nice to see them respond so quickly and so early.
Yeah, psychological pick-me-up if you can score. So 2-1 as we head here in the top of the second. The first pitch to Cleatcamp's too tall for her. She's a petite little thing as well. A lot of small players in this game, short players, if you will. And she also squats down, so her strike zone is not very big.
No.
And the next pitch is a ball as well, and it's 2-0.
She's got quite a squat in her stance.
She
Her
does.
load is all quad.
Without a doubt. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed. High drop ball from Noah. Makes it 2-1. We're in the second. 2-1 our score. Next pitch right down central. She takes it for strike two and evens the count at 2-2. Well, I said that Callie Noah throws right, bats left. So I didn't notice she's a left-handed catcher too. As the next pitch is down and in. You got to wake me up. Count is full. Second full count of the game we've seen today. Noah's pitch right down the center and fouled back towards the concession stand and out of play. So we'll do it again. Meyer and Eversmeyer to follow for Montgomery County. If anybody gets on, Wessel will bat out of the number 9 spot. Noah's second 3-2 pitch is down and in, and Cleatcamp draws a walk.
Both pitchers so far, they've went pretty deep in quite a few counts. This time it pays off for Montgomery County as they're seeing a lot of pitches at the plate, and a walk is issued.
So when you pitched, was it pound the strike zone? Or did you work the corners?
Especially those first. Well, I worked corners, but corners for the strike zone. And then after that, I would nibble.
First pitch is a strike to Meyer as they keep a close eye on Cleatcamp at first to see if she's going to want to try and steal. The next pitch squared around, fake bunt. And they're going to throw to first as Spoonster works in behind the runner, but she's safe. I'm not sure what the pitch was. I think it was a ball.
Yeah, I believe so.
Making it 1-1. I've always argued in high school especially, most pitchers are trying to get ahead, so the batter ought to be ready because they're going to try and throw a strike that first pitch.
Yep, I would swing first pitch all the time. I knew exactly what the strategy was.
Yeah, the coaches don't necessarily appreciate that. Sometimes they want to run pitch counts up. As the attempted bunt by Meyer is missed, and it's 1-2. Now she'll need to swing the bat. Next pitch fouled off just to the right of the plate. Yeah, and both of my children played. I was like, get ready. I mean, you're not facing a major league pitcher or a Division I softball pitcher. They're going to try and throw you a pitch to get ahead, busted if it's in there. The next pitch is swung on and missed. The runner goes to second. It throws too late. So a strikeout of Meyer and a stolen base for Cleatcamp gives Clopton the first out of the inning and the first stolen base of the game for Montgomery County. So a runner in scoring position for Eversmeyer. That'd be Josie, second baseman, a junior. Another small player with a small strike zone, and she'll check swing, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and the runner advances to third. It's called a strike on the swing.
That was kind of odd. It was almost like Callie Noah thought maybe it was a foul tip or something and kind of lost it on the way, but it was a check swing by the hitter.
Next pitch swung on and missed by Eversmeyer, way behind that time. So that tells you keep throwing the heat. See if she can catch up to it. Count is 0-2. Runner on third, one out. 2-1 our score, Montgomery County. Next pitch up in the eyes. Little tease pitch from Noah. Nothing doing from Eversmeyer, and it's 1-2. On deck is Kinley Wessel for Montgomery County. The next pitch, right down central and fouled straight back. Maddie's got her nerves about her today. She didn't jump.
Did a little duck.
Fans at home might have jumped because that was right at the camera.
That looks like one of those videos that people get on social media where it's coming right back at your face. I do jump from that one.
1-2 pitch is down and in for ball two. Makes it 2-2 with a runner on third. Just one out in the inning. As the sun goes under the clouds, and now it's really comfortable. Next pitch up and in as well. Makes it a full count, yeah.
That was a nice spot on the inside corner.
She's got that little drop ball that moves that Maddie calls a screwball. The next pitch is down and fouled back to the right. Now, if a baseball pitcher threw that, it would just be called a tailing fastball.
Yeah. Yeah, that last pitch that she just tossed there was a fastball that stayed at the bottom of the zone, and it was a four-seam fastball, so it had good spin and good junk movement to it.
Still a full count. Here comes the pitch down the middle and fouled down the third baseline up against the screen. So that's the generational difference between a guy that played fast-pitch softball in the 70s through the 90s versus somebody that played from the 90s to
2020 was my final year.
Oh, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I got shoes older than you. The full count pitch coming. It's down the center and fouled straight back. So Eversmeyer hanging tough in this 3-2 count with 3 foul balls and making Noah work here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, you're nearing the bottom of the lineup for Montgomery County. You definitely don't want to put anybody on because the top of that lineup, you have Weekly and Hill.
Next pitch, a changeup. She swings and misses. Good pitch from Noah. Fooled Eversmeyer after 3 hard pitches on the 3-2 count. Second out of the inning, and that'll bring in Kinley Wessel, still with the runner on third, but now with 2 outs.
That was back-to-back strikeouts for Ashlyn Noah. She has 3 in the game so far. Good pitch.
The first pitch is a strike. As we need the umpire to give us some counts, don't we? Because the scoreboard is behind us here in the makeshift field. Next pitch up in the eyes, swung on and missed by Wessel. And the count is 0-2. Coach Heimer at third, Moultrie at first. As Coach Heimer cheers her on, gives her encouragement. Next pitch swung on and missed, and so after the leadoff walk, stolen base, and a pass ball. Oh, I guess the first pitch was a ball, huh?
I guess so.
Everybody in the house thought it was a strike. So it's 1-2 now. They're going to make us stay here for another pitch now. Down and in, and the ball gets away from the catcher. Here comes the runner, and she'll score. On the pass ball that time. Alert base running by Cleecamp. And she comes across to make it 3-1. And now everybody on the Clopton side wishes that was the third strike.
Yeah, there was a hand gesture and some loud noises, so I assumed it was a strike right on that inside corner. It was a beautiful pitch.
And that pitch is a strike. Looking, one pitch too late. So Noah strikes out the side, but a run scores without a hit in the inning. A walk, a stolen base, and 2 pass balls, and they get the run in, and it's 3-1 Montgomery County as we head to the bottom of the second on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Well, it looks like we're going to have some runs in this game as Montgomery County leads at 3-1 as we head to the third. Statistically, Montgomery County scores 6.1 a game. Clopton scores 7.1. So we're right in line for that. Montgomery gives up 4.3. Clopton gives up 3.2. Jarrett, Parker, and Baker as Jarrett takes the first pitch down and in for a ball as the Lady Hawks try and cut into this 3-1 lead. Next pitch is right on the outside corner for a strike call. Makes it 1-1. Jarrett, one of the seniors, takes the next pitch right down central, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch from Weekly is off speed, just off the outside corner, makes it 2-2. That was a good 1-2 pitch there.
It really was. It was a nice changeup, and that's the pitch that you want a hitter to chase. I think that was a good selection by the Montgomery County staff.
Next pitch grounded back to the box, and Weekly makes the play, goes to first. 1-3 on the putout for the first out, and in steps Skylar Parker. Bailey Baker to follow for the Lady Hawks. Parker, another senior. 5, 6 seniors in the starting lineup for the Lady Hawks. First pitch is popped up, and it's going to just get over the backstop fence. And none of our fans are brave enough to make a catch.
No, they didn't move from the lawn chairs. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's more embarrassing to stand up and say you're going to make the catch and then not make it.
Next pitch up and in. Fronick would have been jumping out of the chair to try and catch that one.
We had a couple of opportunities to do so the other day, but didn't end up getting to it.
The next pitch up and in as well makes it 2-1 on Skylar Parker, the right fielder. Where's number 18? The next pitch is a drop ball on the outside part of the plate. First baseman fields it, flips to the second baseman. Nice defensive play by Montgomery County. 3-4 that time on the putout. And so with 2 outs, Bailey Baker will step in with the Hawks trailing 3-1 as we're in the bottom of the second inning.
A lot of soft contact so far this inning. Seems like Weekly has really settled in.
Baker, the designated player, takes the first pitch up in the zone. Thought about it, but held up, and it's 1-0. Topol, the catcher for Montgomery. She will catch the next pitch for a swinging miss strike on Baker. Evens the count at 1-1. Hawks could use something here with 2 outs. Next pitch is just a little bit too tall. Not by much.
Yeah, Topol does a really good job of framing down and those pitches that are riding at the top of the zone, and she really works it into the strike zone. Looks good.
The 2-1 pitch down and in on Baker makes it 3-1. Williamson on deck for the Lady Hawks. The next pitch is drilled to left field, high fly ball. Center fielder fades over and makes the catch. Kleekamp on the catch for Montgomery County. That one hung up in the wind a little bit and finishes off the Lady Hawks in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 3-1, Montgomery County leads it. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, and Center Locker Service.
Discover Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana, open Wednesday through Sunday, with our lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wrap options, and salads. Enjoy dinner favorites like the make-your-own pasta dish, lasagna, and red wine pot roast from 4 p.m. to close. We offer more than just pizza and Italian. There's something for everyone. When the weather is nice, dine on our beautiful patio. Now open Sundays from 11 to 2. Join us at Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Illness can happen anytime or anywhere, whether it's the sniffles, sore throat, or the flu. Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you. Urgent Care is open 7 days a week and is located just off the roundabout in Bowling Green behind Community State Bank. Urgent Care provides friendly, expert, affordable care with short wait times and no appointment is necessary. When you need care, remember Hannibal Regional Medical Group's Urgent Care in Bowling Green is here for you.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
We head to the
top of the
third inning. Back to the top of the order. Weekly, Hill, and Fisher as Weekly fouls the first pitch straight back. And Noah gets out on top. 0-1. Weekly single back in the first, sorry.
Yep, Weekly had the weak pop fly over the second baseman Charlie Spoonster's head, and there was really not much anybody could do, just that shot to no man's land. And then after that, it was Reese Hill who came up and had a 2-run blast to get the Montgomery County Lady Cats on the scoreboard.
Next pitch is down and in, and the following pitch is high in the zone, making it 2-1. Clopton wears the armband, so they get numbers from the bench for this pitch and the location. As a check swing by Weekly, fouls back, evens the count at 2-2. That's something modern that's come along in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, I've seen middle school girls wearing them too for some of the middle school games that I've been to.
The next pitch, down and in, fouled down the third base line. A kick save by Audra Heimer. Showing that great agility down there. I'd have fallen on my head probably if I'd have tried that. 2-2 the count. Next pitch, a change up, grounded to third. Nope, it's going to roll foul as Cooch gobbles it up. But about a foot foul right in front of third base. So we'll do it again. 3-1 our score, Montgomery on top. 2 in the first, 1 in the second for the Wildcats. Clopton answered with 1 in the first. Puts us where we are right now. The next pitch, a changeup, grounded to short. Graham picks it up across to first, and it pops out of the hand of Jarrett, and the error will give him a base runner as a E3 puts Weekly on, and you don't want runners in front of Reese Hill.
No, and I don't think Graham necessarily made a bad throw across the diamond. I think it just crisscrossed Jarrett. It seemed like she started to stretch at first base before the ball actually got to her. And so then when the ball continued to carry towards right field more than anything, she had to stretch across her body and lost a grip on it in the squeeze.
First pitch to Hill is high for a ball. One of the hardest things to teach is the first baseman to keep both feet on the base until the throw comes and then adjust. Drilled to center field. Will it go? It bounces over the center field fence. We couldn't tell from our angle if it went over or bounced, but the umpires say it bounced. So a double for ground rule double for Reese Hill. She's 2 for 2. Second and third and nobody out for Montgomery County as Olivia Fisher steps in. She flew out, squared the ball up into center her first time up, but it was caught by Williamson. So what can she do here with runners in scoring position? Drills it down the third baseline. Fair ball. It'll go down into the corner. Both runs will score. Williamson around first, and she'll pull up with a stand-up double. And a two RBI shot for Olivia Fisher puts Montgomery on top 5-1.
That is just another situation of where those errors come back to haunt you. And so when you have those errors, it's nice to have a pitcher that can lock in and maybe produce a ground ball, a pop fly, get the strikeout. But you can't rely on her at all times. You got to play defense behind her.
This ball flown to left by Topol, and it's caught by left fielder Wilson. So that settles things down for the moment for Montgomery County. 1 out in the inning, 2 runs across, runner on second. That is Fisher. And in steps Cobb, who struck out back in the first inning.
Swings through the first pitch that she sees.
For a strike. As Noah, everything seems to be a little bit up for her today. And Montgomery's, especially at the top of the order. Now a bunt is fouled straight back by Cobb. Makes it 0-2. Up in the zone, it's a little easier to hit. So she needs to try and work down towards the knees. The 0-2 pitch, however, is on the way. It's down the middle, jam shot it, and it'll be corralled by Spoonster at second on the pop-up. Second out of the inning, and that'll bring in Anna Kleekamp, who walked back in the leading off the second, actually scored a run. They scored a run, did the Wildcats, without a hit in that second. The first pitch to her is down low. Noah actually struck out the side in that inning, but a walk and a couple of misplays, stolen base and a couple of misplays, plated the run. The next pitch is down and scooped by Callie Noah, and it's low for a ball, making it 2-0.
Hitters count for Kleekamp.
Now you pick the pitch you want and the location you want, and if it's there, you bust it. That was right down the middle, and she wasn't quite ready. A jam shot behind first. A nice running play by Charlie Spoonster, so she'll catch 2 pop-ups and end the inning for the Lady Hawks, but not before Montgomery County plates 2 more runs. 1 of them earned. They had 2 hits in the inning and left a runner on base. We head to the bottom of the third. 5-1, Montgomery County leads it. You're listening to Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
9-1-2 for the Lady Hawks, Jaden Williamson, and then back to the top of the order to Spoonster and Noah for the Hawks, and they've got their work cut out. They trail 5-1 here in the bottom of the third, and Weekly has basically just been pitching to contact.
Yeah, and weak contact at that. So the Hawks are going to have to sit back and see a pitch that they can drive. I thought Riley Kuntz did a really good job in her last at bat. That's how the Hawks got on the board. But other than that, there really hasn't been much power to or pop to any of the hits that the Hawks have put in play.
Williamson, a senior, plays center field for the Lady Hawks, and she squares around, puts a bunt down. It's a good one. Can she beat it out? She will.
That was a perfect bunt. Very well executed, and I think part of that is knowing the field too, and so runs it right up that first baseline, slow roller, and not much that Meyer can do to get to it or Topol. So great job by Williamson to turn the lineup over.
Made Weekly feel it, which is the best thing to have the pitcher have to come and get it, and she beats it out. So a runner on first, and she'll look to run, and there she goes. Throw down to second, goes in and standing up. I'd certainly advise getting dirty, as the fans feel the same way I do. You got to slide, girl.
Yeah,
say.
if that throw would have been to the other side of the bag, she would have been out.
She's dead meat for sure. But she makes it safely and is in scoring position, and now Spoonster's going to bunt, and let's see if they can throw her out. They'll get her at first.
But she puts a runner.
They called her safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was close. It was well executed. I think they were just anticipating it because she did flash bunt a couple of times in her first at bat. But, if they're not going to be able to field the bunt, I know Dean Street, and I know what Dean Street's going to do.
It's going to keep coming.
Yep, it's going to keep coming, and he's going to do it until you go crazy.
That was very close at first. Next pitch, or the first pitch, I should say, to Ashlyn Noah is a strike as Charlie Spoonster goes to second on defensive indifference. So 2 runners in scoring position for the Hawks. Noah with ducks on the pond. Next pitch is on the outside corner, and they try and pick off Williamson at third. Nothing doing there. Topol to Fisher. But the count is 0-2 now on Ashlyn Noah. She walked back in the first. Got to put it in play. Change up down in the dirt. As Weekly's really had good location on her change-ups. Away and down in the dirt. That's where you want them. You don't want to leave that thing up in the zone. So 1-2's the count on Noah. The next pitch is swung on and missed. And the first strikeout of the game at a very opportune time for Weekly.
I think that Noah got a little excited and aggressive there, and that's something we've talked about throughout the course of the season. A lot of these teams see their friends getting on base. They're like, oh, my teammate did it. I want to do it. And so sometimes that just makes you really aggressive at the plate, and it looks like you're swinging out of your shoes, which is exactly what you want, but you want to make contact when you're swinging out of your shoes.
Danica Graham swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Still runners on second and third. Little bingo here will tighten up this 5-1 lead for Montgomery County. Now she's going to square around and tries to bunt. They've got her picked off at third. They throw it into left field, and the air's going to allow the run to score, and the runners move up. An E2 unearned run for Clopton, and that is a break because she was dead to rights as Graham missed the bunt on a safety squeeze. Next pitch is grounded to second. That should score the run as the second baseman bobbles it but throws to first. Eversmeyer to Meyer. So an RBI by Danica Graham gets the runner across, and it's 5-4 just like that. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on. In steps Riley Kuntz. She singled back in the first. 5-4 our score. Or is it just 5-3? Am I giving them too many runs? They scored 2. It's just 5-3, isn't it?
They scored 2. Yep.
Yep, I'm trying to give them extra runs here. A little home cooking action, huh? Line drive into right center. That's going to drop, and it'll go to the wall as Kuntz with her second hit, and she'll cruise into second base with a stand-up double.
That's her second of the day.
And a chance for Callie Noah to drive in this run and give me that 4th run I so generously already have given the Hawks.
Math is hard. It's not like you're a banker or anything. What do your books look like?
Yeah. They keep me away from that. 2 outs in the inning. And Noah at the plate. She'll swing it from the left side and takes the first pitch down and away. 2 outs in the inning. Kuntz on second. 5-3 is our score. This one driven into left center. Is it going to drop? The left fielder comes in and makes a basket catch. Cobb with the nice running play and 3rd out of the inning. But the Hawks scored 2, 1 earned run in that affair on 2 hits in the inning and left a runner on base. 5-3 our score. Maddie will have the 4th, 5th, and 6th for you after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tobe.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
And we're here with the top of the fourth inning from Eolia as the Clopton Lady Hawks are hosting Montgomery County, an EMO conference matchup. Our score is 5-3, and it was the Clopton Lady Hawks able to scratch 2 runs in the bottom of the third to bring this one into a little bit of a closer distance. The Montgomery County Lady Wildcats will send 7, 8, 9 to the plate, so it'll be Meyer, Eversmeyer, and Wessel, which the last time that they were sent to the plate, Ashley Noah handled them pretty well. It was strikeout, a couple of swinging strikeouts, and a looking strikeout to end the second inning.
See if she can settle in here as the Clops try and claw back into this thing.
First pitch elevates near the helmet. It is taken for ball number 1. Noah gets the sign, and the next pitch, she takes a little bit of something off of it, had a great spin to the inner part of the plate, swings right through it. Our count even 1-1. Meyer wears number 1 and bats from the right side. Next pitch jams her, and it's fouled back to the screen, 1-2.
Audra Heimer and Don Moultrie, the coaches at third and first respectively for Montgomery County. It was called Montgomery City when I played. Not sure when they changed it to Montgomery County.
1-2 count. Noah goes inside again, and it's fought off. Meyer will stay alive. Another 1-2 count. But Montgomery County High School is in Montgomery City.
It is.
So you're not wrong.
They used to have county written across their chest.
Pitch goes up and outside, gets her to chase. It's a strikeout. She's got Meyer twice today, and that is out number 1 here in the top of the fourth inning.
My 2 nephews, both graduates of Montgomery County High School.
Really nice facilities. Nice
Oh,
school.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
It'll be Eversmeyer. She swings at the first pitch she sees. Third baseman Riley Kuntz wants it. Danica Graham's like, hey, I'm right here too. But it's Kuntz that makes the grab for out number 2.
Really doesn't matter as long as somebody catches it, right?
Almost was a collision there, but I think Riley Kuntz had her, and who could be louder? That contest usually happens on plays like that. And it'll be the 9 spot, Wessel. She had a looking strikeout her last at bat. Nice pitch on the outside corner, just a little up, but it's a small zone for the hitter Wessel, who bats from the right side.
Both these teams will be off this weekend and play next Tuesday is when they will return to action.
Next pitch, fouled, fought off, and it is strike number 1 in this count, 1-1.
Clopton will travel to Louisiana. Louisiana on the upswing this year.
They are. They've had a really good start to their season.
Montgomery County will host Van Far, who's struggling this year.
1-1. Ooh, nice pitch on the inside, but it bottoms out on that back half of the plate. It's taken as a ball, 2-1. Wessel doesn't ever leave the batter's box, but she resets her feet and watches the next pitch go up and outside. 3-1.
Is that a rule now where you have to stay in the batter's box?
I think 1 foot has to, but she's keeping both feet in there. She's just turning towards her coach. Next pitch slapped the other way over the right fielder's head, camping out and making the catch on the run. It's Skylar Parker. That's out number 3. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth inning. The Clopton Lady Hawks trail the Montgomery County Wildcats 5-3. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex. Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
Bottom of the fourth inning, our score 5-3. If you're just joining us, we're at Eolia, the city ball field, as the Clopton Lady Hawks, we were talking a little bit before the game, they are getting a new field. It'll be shared with the baseball team as well, but there were some construction woes that has put them behind, so that's why we're here this season.
And there won't be any dust at that field.
There will not. It's a turf field. First pitch delivered to Jarrett is low, but in for a strike.
Jarrett grounded back to the pitcher. That was back in the second. We are in the fourth.
Next pitch she sees, she grounds it back to the pitcher Weekly. She's up with it, takes a couple of steps, and makes the throw for out number 1. Did we have our first 1-2-3 inning?
We did. Actually, the second. There was Clopton had one back in the second, and Montgomery County went down 1-2-3 in the fourth.
So Jarrett is retired, and that'll bring in Skylar Parker, who just made a nice catch in right field.
Yes, she did.
She bunts this one back to the pitcher Weekly. Weekly's going to have to be quick. She bobbles it, throws it away. Parker's going to head to second base. Right fielder up with a big, strong throw, and tossed out at second base by Kinley Wessel. That is Skylar Parker.
Really nice job backing up that play by the right fielder Wessel. Threw a strike to Hill at short and really threw Skylar Parker out by about 10 feet. The Hawks are aggressive on the base paths. There's no question about that. And actually, there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to lose a runner every once in a while when you play that way.
Bailey Baker, the right-handed hitter, will look to get things started again. She takes ball 1.
She flew out to center. Also back in that 1-2-3 second inning.
Next pitch rides low and never comes up in the zone. Ball 2. She swings at the 2-0. This one is flying out to right field, and Wessel runs it down, but it gets out of the field of play. So another life for Bailey Baker as the count runs 2-1.
Quite a bit of room here at Eolia Core League Field on the sidelines, so you got a chance to run those type balls down.
Especially if they are just kind of hanging, which that one was for sure. Next pitch is up and away, 3-1.
Williamson on deck for Clopton.
3-1 pitch to Bailey Baker inside and going to be taken for ball 4. A walk is issued to Baker, and that brings in the 9 spot, Williamson, who bunted last time, and it was beautiful.
Second walk of the game by Weekly. And you are right, Williamson with that perfect bunt down the first baseline, and now we'll have a courtesy runner for the DP, and that'll be
Skylar Wilson.
You're awful quick on the draw, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm pretty good at what I do.
She's
sometimes.
the flex. Don't break your arm. Pat yourself on the back. Here,
I just threw myself in the
I'll
back.
rub it for you. I'll rub your arm for you after the game because I know it's going to be sore.
No, I just had the paper in front of me.
So Clopton's run in this situation a bunch. And Skylar Wilson with a little speed. Let's see if she goes. She does not.
Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. The next, Wilson at the back of the box. She pokes this one into right field. Could be no man's land. Hustling in to make the catch. It's Wessel. She camps out under it for out number 3. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning. The Clopton Lady Hawks still trail Montgomery County 5-3. You're listening to Area High School Softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Central State Bank believes in more than just banking. Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals, and they're proud to be part of the community, actively supporting local businesses and events. Enjoy state-of-the-art banking technology for easy and secure online and mobile banking. Join thousands of satisfied customers who've made the switch to Central State Bank and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Top of the fifth inning, the Clopton Lady Hawks trailing Montgomery County. First pitch off the bat from Weekly, and it finds a hole in the glove of Danica Graham.
Just to the backhand side, she didn't quite get to it, so Weekly with her second hit. 4 of the 5 runs have come from these top 3 batters in the Montgomery County lineup. As Hill steps in, she's got 2 extra base hits, including a 2-run homer back in the first.
First pitch to Hill is taken for a strike on the outside. 0-1.
Wearing her travel ball helmet, as it has a number 34 on the back of it. She wears number 3.
Next pitch, hit right back at Ashlyn Noda. Gets under her glove. It's going to roll into center field, and that is a single for Reese Hill.
So the top 2 of the order back at it once again. First and second, nobody out, and Olivia Fisher, who drove in 2 runs with the double back in the 3rd inning, will step in.
You give that a hit? That was hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have a cycle watch for Reese Hill.
Oh, we do, don't we?
Home run, double, and then a single right there. In steps Fisher. She drove into her last at bat.
Now, if you were pitching, you wouldn't want that to be an error on you, would it? The line drive back at you?
No, but I wanted to make sure we were both keeping the same score.
Okay. You pitchers, I got to kind of watch you all.
Bounced in.
Nice play by Callie to scoop that up, keep the runners where they are.
So it's a 2-0 count through the 3 spot. Next one is in and just a little low. Doesn't meet the mark. A 3-0 count to the 3 spot hitter. Fisher with runners at first and second base. Another opportunity for Montgomery County to strike. This one is slapped into right field. Going to get down and to the line, all the way to the wall. Picked up by Skylar Parker. 1 run's going to come across. They're going to push across Hill, and the throw is not in time. Hill comes across the score as well. Another 2 on the board for the Montgomery County Lady Wildcats.
The 2 RBI double by Fisher, her second of the game. Gives her 4 RBIs in the game. Both Weekly and Hill have scored 3 times in this game, and they have done all the damage.
Brings in Topol. This one's hit down the third baseline, finds the 5-6 hole, and then up and off the arm of the left fielder, Skylar Wilson. Toss comes in, but it's too late. Coming across to score, it's Fisher.
Yeah, that thing took a bad hop off of we mentioned about the outfield grass, outfield dirt, infield dirt being so deep into the outfield. That hit the ridge and bounced up on Wilson and allowed the run to score.
So 3 runs have plated so far with a runner at second base and Cobb at the plate. Do we have a courtesy runner out there?
Well, did they bring one in?
It looks like it.
Topol is the catcher, so I'm sure they probably did. They don't have a flex player, so we'll have to try and pick up a number when she goes back to the base.
It looks like she might. I don't know. I thought maybe she was sporting a different jersey, too. Flashing bunt, pulled back. It is called for a strike. 0-1 the count to Cobb.
Kleekamp on deck. Nobody out in the inning.
Noah rocks. This one is delivered. Hit hard to center field, and making the catch on the run, it's Jaden Williamson.
Nice over-the-shoulder backhanded grab by Williamson in center to save another run for the Lady Hawks.
That's the defense that you need whenever you're at this part of the lineup and you've already given up quite a few runs. You want to make sure that your defense is helping you out, and that's a big play there. Next pitch, it's first pitch swinging. It's going to drop in no man's land. This ball drops in between right field, center field, and second base. Everybody is going to be safe.
The old Texas Leaguer, that's the second one of those we've seen today. And it works for Montgomery County. Gives them runners at first and third with one out. Now you're down at the bottom of the order, however, where Meyer, Eversmeyer, and Wessel have struck out 4 of their 6 at-bats in this game.
And Coach Dean Street wants to take a moment to talk to his Clopton Lady Hawks. We'll hear from our sponsors. We'll be back with more softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, and Center Locker Service.
Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 Sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
8-3 our score in the top of the 5th inning. Clopton trailing Montgomery County, and Montgomery County has runners at the corners with just one out. And at the plate, it is Meyer. Well, I think that they put somebody else in. Skylar Bethman will be hitting in place. This one is slowly grounded to the first baseman. Stepping on first base is Jarrett. She looks to turn and try to get the double play at home. She is not in time. Another run comes across for Montgomery County.
So an RBI for Bethman.
And that will bring in Eversmeyer with 2 outs. Runner at second base. She's swinging first pitch as well. This one is fouled back towards us. A new life and a long strike.
I believe the courtesy runner that scored was Sully Falloon.
Next pitch runs inside, backs the hitter off the plate, but counted as ball number 1. 1-1 the count, with a runner at second. The next pitch from Ashlyn Noah. Good pitch on the outside. A nice fastball with some break to it.
Big swing from Eversmeyer that time.
And now a 1-2 count. Pitch runs back inside and crosses up the hitter, Eversmeyer. Another strikeout on the books for Ashlyn Noah. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. 9-3 our score. Clopton trails Montgomery County on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana offers inviting guest rooms, each with its own unique character and historic charm. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Maddie Ingram, Jim Ross in with you this afternoon as the Clopton Lady Hawks hosting the Montgomery County Lady Wildcats, and currently they trail in the bottom of the 5th inning, 9-3. They're back to the top of the lineup, though, so it'll be Charlie Spoonster leading things off for Clopton. She grounds the first pitch she sees to the shortstop, Reese Hill, with a dart over to first base, but it's not in time. Spoonster with some speed. She reaches on an infield single.
Yeah, Hill just took an extra little hop in there, and Spoonster beat it out. Nothing crazy about that, but a ground ball and just great speed. This is the inning the Hawks need to go. Down 9-3.
Ashlyn Noah will step in. She walked in her first at bat, and then after that she struck out, so some redemption's needed here. Going on the pitch, it's Spoonster. Nice toss down. She slides in safely, a stolen base for Charlie Spoonster.
Third stolen base of the game for the Hawks.
Did he call that pitch a strike?
I do not know. It looked pretty good.
It did look nice.
But we've been through that once, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
We know how things go.
As the dust rolls in.
I can feel it on my teeth. Flashing bunt. Noah gets the bunt down the third baseline. She's going to be safe at first base. No one was there, and no one was prepared for her to bunt. An infield single for Ashlyn Noah.
Well, that was a perfect bunt. It took a big hop and then trickled down towards the third baseman, and nothing the Wildcats could do about that. Just a great bunt.
So nobody out. And runners at the corners for the Lady Hawks. In their 3 spot, Danica Graham will step in. She knocked in 2 runs for the Lady Hawks her last at bat. She pops this one into right field, has some carry to it, and going to battle the sun. And it's over the head of the right fielder. Wessel's going to chase it down in the corner. Here comes one run, and another is going to be held up at third base. That's Ashlyn Noah. She's being told by Coach Street to watch the throw. But 1 run comes across to score on a ball that drops in right at the line.
Yeah, Wessel with an error out there. That was a pretty high can of corn, really. She had to move to her left a little bit and then just stabbed at it and missed. Went off her glove and trickled over towards the fence. So a break for the Lady Hawks.
And that'll bring in Kuntz, and she's had a great day. She's barreled up twice and knocked in a couple of runs for the Lady Hawks. The first pitch she sees is right down the middle. It's taken for strike number 1.
Couple of ducks on the pond for her right now. Hawks could really use a hit. Change up just off the plate that time.
1-1. And Weekly's working a little bit faster here.
Mm-hmm.
The next pitch is tossed to Kuntz. This is over the head of the right fielder Wessel. She tracks back and is able to make the catch, but tagging up and coming around to score, it's Ashlyn Noah, 9-5.
So the Lady Hawks continue to claw back into this. Graham advances from second to third on the sac fly.
That is the first out of the inning. And now it's Callie Noah who will step in with a runner at third base. An opportunity to continue to cash in. This one's hit hard to the second baseman, bobbled. Gonna have to be quick. Callie Noah hustles down the line and cannot recover. Eversmeyer is gonna be charged with the error, and now 9-6.
Well, fielding, we talked about that in the pregame. Can't give up outs. And that's exactly what Montgomery County's done in this inning. As the Hawks continue to take advantage, they've scored 3, have a chance for more.
The Montgomery County Lady Wildcats are having a quick conference at the pitcher circle. We'll take a quick break, be back with more softball on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tub.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ackles Farm Market, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Clopton trailing the Montgomery County Wildcats 9-6. Pop fly off the bat of Brooke Jarrett as she was first pitch swinging. Pops out to the first baseman.
For the second out.
And there's a runner at first base. So she'll stay there as the Hawks send in Parker. First pitch delivered to the outside corner and called for a strike. 0-1.
3 runs across in the inning so far, all of them unearned.
Weekly delivers the next pitch, jams her on the inside, a soft pop fly back to the pitcher Weekly. She makes the catch, and that's out number 3. We are headed to the top of the 6th inning. 9-6, Clopton trails Montgomery County on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, sirloin steaks, fillets, stew meat, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. While there, stock up on homegrown fruits and vegetables as well. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Geared Up, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Montgomery County Lady Wildcats. They put up 4 runs in the top of the 5th, and our score is 9-6. Ashlyn Noah still dealing for the Clopton Lady Hawks. She was able to take care of the bottom of the lineup previously, and the first pitch that she tosses to Wessel is taken for a strike.
Wessel struck out looking in the second and flew out to right in the 4th.
0-1. Make it 1-1 as that one climbs to the top of the zone.
Don't want to put her on as the main threats are looming at the top of the order.
Next pitch is grounded back into the plate, and it's going to roll foul. 1-2.
Big time jam shot that time.
1-2 pitch. Noah gets the sign from the dugout, checks her wristband. Now comes set, rears back and fires the next one, and it's fouled out of play. So we continue. 1-2.
I believe it's only a varsity game today, isn't it?
It is varsity only this afternoon. Swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside, and Wessel lost her bat trying to wave at that one. They're going to throw it around the diamond, and that's out number 1 to start the top of the 6th.
7th strikeout of the game for Noah.
She's really handled 5 through 9 pretty well today. It's the top of the lineup that's given her trouble, and that's where we're back to. Hit by pitch. They'll send Weekly to first base.
First hits batsman in the game. And you just don't want to let these top 3 or 4 hitters get going again.
Especially with Reese Hill. She's we have a cycle watch here. She's already had a 2-run home run to left field, a double, and a single. And she hits this one hard.
And it may go
to the wall, and it's gone. Another 2-run shot off the bat of Reese Hill. 2 today. What a performance. Our score now 11-6. One pitch was all she needed to see, and she clears the center field wall.
Yeah, that was, we mentioned earlier about Noah's pitches up in the zone a little bit. That was a drop ball about belly button high, and she blasted it.
That is likely her last at bat of the day. I think I would rather have a 2-home run game than have the cycle, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But a 4 for 4 night.
Yeah.
4 RBIs, scored 4 runs. That's a night's work there.
So they'll have to resettle after that. Fisher steps in, and she's had some success at the plate today, too. She's had a couple of doubles. She's hit the ball hard. But fresh page, nobody's on, and there's 1 out. Fisher loads. First pitch is up and away for ball 1.
Couple of doubles for Fisher. 4 RBIs for her as well.
Noah, off speed. That one hangs. It's going to go over the right field wall, and it's at the wall, going to bounce off. 2 bags for Olivia Fisher.
Stand-up double for her, and that missed by about 3 feet of going out.
I think if it was more of a fly than a line, she probably would have carried that one out of here.
The wind knocked that down a little bit, saved it from going over the fence.
So now it'll be Dylan Topol. And going to take time to send a player out. And now we're back and ready to play with a runner at second base. Topol steps in. She swings at the first pitch she sees. Could land in no man's land, but coming in out of nowhere, making the catch from left field. She was on her horse. That was Skylar Wilson.
Second out of the inning. With nobody on, but 2 runs across, damage already done. Hill with her second home run, second 2-run homer of the game, actually.
And that brings in Cobb. First pitch is up in the zone.
Cobb struck out, popped up to the second baseman, flew out to center in her 3 trips.
Runner at second base is Olivia Fisher. The 1-0 pitch out of the hand of Noah gets Cobb to chase 1-1.
Way behind on that and waited too long to decide it was a ball.
Cobb takes a deep breath, steps back into the right-handed box. She slaps this one to the right side, staying down on it. Charlie Spoonster delivers the throw to first base for out number 3. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th inning. 11-6 after another 2-run shot off the bat of Reese Hill. Montgomery County leads Clopton on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Hayden's Motorsports, Geeky Hillbilly, and the Twin Pike Family YMCA.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
The Clopton Lady Hawks, they have some work to do as they trail Montgomery County. Our score is 11-6 this afternoon, and is the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, it actually sets up, they've got a chance because Montgomery County in the 7th will have the bottom of the order up, which Noah's handled them easily in this game. So 2 at-bats for the Hawks to try and score these 5 runs to close this gap down. And hopefully Noah continues to take care of business on the bottom half of the order.
They send Bailey Baker, the 8-hitter, to the plate first. She swings at the first pitch she sees. It was out of the zone, but she was being aggressive at the plate. 0-1. She steps back in. She swings at the next pitch. Goes up and over our heads. A long strike, 0-2.
She was right on that pitch, just fouled it straight back. Got to have base runners.
Clopton looking to get something started here. Weekly spins the ball off speed. A nice pitch on the inside.
Boy,
Probably would have been swinging through my shoes right there.
Yeah, that was a good 0-2 pitch there.
1-2. I'll take that waste pitch all day. Sets it up nicely. An inside pitch turned quickly. Bailey Baker drops this one into left field. That was a really great adjustment by Baker.
Off the end of the bat, we've had a lot of balls that just sound goofy coming off the bats with jam shots and off the end of the bat. And
I love pitchers that have movement. And typically, when that ball is spinning, that's when you're going to hear those funky sounds coming off the bat, whether it's the end of the bat or that inner part of the bat because they're jammed. But that's when you know that ball is moving.
And a courtesy runner into, that's Wilson, Skylar Wilson running for Baker.
And it'll be the 9 spot, Williamson. She flied out to right field her last at bat. Before that, she was on with a single. It was a bunt down the first baseline. She flashes bunt here, bunts it perfectly again down the third baseline, and a strike from the third baseman, Olivia Fisher. That was a strong throw. Beats Williamson to the bag by a step, but Williamson does her job as she moves the runner into scoring position.
Give her a sacrifice, even though we know she was bunting for a hit.
Yeah, that was very well executed, and that ball was spinning quite a bit. For Fisher to get a handle on that and be able to toss it down over to first to get the out, that was impressive. This one off the end of the bat of Charlie Spoonster. She's hustling down the line. Throw is low, making a scoop at first base. It's Haley Meyer. Spoonster's going to be retired, but now 2 outs with a runner at third base.
Well, he'll learn her lesson because last inning Spoonster did the same thing, and Hill took her time, and Spoonster beat it up. This time, she came up throwing. Runner advances to third, 2 outs.
Noah's first pitch that she sees is low and outside, but it is called for strike number 1.
Ooh, that was a backhanded changeup, something
Yeah.
we haven't seen. We've seen front tumblers. That one was out of the back of the hand.
0-1. That was a better pitch in the zone, and that'll be ball 1. Yeah.
Payback, you say?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry about that, Ashland. Here's this one. The 1-1 count, and froze her. That was an off-speed pitch, too. Buckled her knees. 1-2.
Need to push this run across.
1-2 pitch from Weekly. Ooh, just missing. Right under the letters of Noah and right down the middle. She's going to get a freebie there.
Catcher shrugs her shoulders, says, I don't know, right down the middle.
2-2. And the next pitch, that was a gimme on the inside corner. Right at the knees, falls off on the backside, but called for strike 3. We're headed to the top of the 7th inning. Jim's going to tell you all about it. The Montgomery County Wildcats lead the Clopton Lady Hawks 11-6 on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Dennis Mudd Auto Body, W5 Auction Services, and Center Locker Service.
Geared Up, just off the square in Pittsfield, is your first stop for screen printing and embroidery. The folks at Geared Up take pride in making their communities and schools look great while offering the best prices around. If you're looking to expand your wardrobe or maybe a gift is on the list, stop by their store and check out numerous items in stock. When you're looking for custom apparel and awards for your business, organization, or team, stop by Geared Up, 211 South Madison in Pittsfield.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
11-6 as we head to the 7th. Montgomery County on top. And they'll have Cleecamp, Meyer, and Eversmeyer up 6, 7, and 8 to face Ashley Noah, who's still on the hill. And the first pitch is a strike to Cleecamp. She's walked, grounded to second, and singled in the game. Next pitch is a strike as well, let her high. And the count is 0-2. Noah working a little quicker now as well. And that pitch is down the middle and popped up out of play back behind us off to the right.
That's one of those pitches that when you're sitting 0-2 and you've been able to record an out with this hitter at the plate a couple of times today, you want to move that pitch all the way off. So I'd like to see her bait people a little bit more.
Next pitch popped down the first base line and gets out of play as well. So the count will remain 0-2 on Anna Cleecamp. Meyer and Eversmeyer to follow for the Wildcats. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 4 in the fifth, and 2 in the sixth for Montgomery County. And next pitch just inside. Pretty good 0-2 pitch that time,
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
You want to challenge hitters, and you also want to see what you can get on that strike zone. If you can make a pitch and, maybe get somebody to chase or not, you can bring it back over the middle of the plate afterwards.
Base hit up the middle by Cleecamp on the 1-2 pitch.
That was an off-speed pitch that did not drop and was really recognized early, as it was kind of shown pretty early what Noah was going to be throwing, and that floated down the middle. A good turn from Cleecamp to drive it back up the middle.
So Meyer, who re-entered after being pinch hit for by Bethman back in the fifth, will step in, and she bunts it, and it spins foul. Right back to the catcher, Callie Noah, and it's 0-1. Eversmeyer and Wessel to follow for Montgomery County. Meyer has struck out twice in this game. And she's down the count 0-1. Next pitch, she squares the bunt. It's in the air and it's caught, but good base running that time by Cleecamp to not get doubled off. So the pop-up back to the pitcher, Noah, is the first out of the inning, and that'll bring in Josie Eversmeyer, who struck out twice and popped out to the third baseman.
That was a very heads-up play by Ashlyn Noah, and for Charlie Spoonster, who was crashing to second base, that was a quick snap throw. They almost doubled the runner off.
First pitch to Eversmeyer, drilled down the left field line, but it'll hook foul.
It's another one of those off-speed pitches that was just hanging.
She kind of tomahawked that one a little bit.
Long strike.
11-6 our score. We're in the seventh. Montgomery on top. 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth for the Lady Hawks. They've got their work cut out for them. Next pitch is down and in. The runner goes. Good throw, but she slides in safely as Cleecamp got under the tag. Stolen base number 2 for Montgomery County today.
That was a really nice toss by Callie Noah. I think it was maybe just a little high, and that's why the feet got in there first.
So a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Montgomery. The next pitch is in the dirt, gets by the catcher. A wild pitch will allow the runner Cleecamp to advance to third. They cannot let this run score. A 5-run deficit is bad enough. You don't want to add any more to that with 1 at bat remaining. The next pitch is called strike on the inside corner. Evens the count at 2-2.
And you have some speed at third base with Cleecamp.
The next pitch right down the center, flown down the left field line. It'll be foul, and nobody will get to that one as it drops harmlessly as Wilson is taken over in left field, I see. Or actually, I guess she was already playing left field. She's just a flex player, isn't she?
Yep.
Had a shot at that, but just couldn't quite get there. So the count remains 2-2, 1 out in the inning. Runner on third, and there's a ground ball. It gets by the pitcher. It's going to be a play at the plate, and the runner slides in safely.
Charlie Spoonster knew she had to be quick there, and that toss was to the wrong side of the plate, and I think it was just because she picked up the ball and just basically shoved it to get home. It really wasn't a strong throw, but went to the wrong side of the plate. Callie Noah had to reach back across to try to make the tag, and that's where she lost it, and the run comes across to score. You have a runner at first base now.
So the fielder's choice gets him that extra run, and the lead is now 6 at 12-6. And the number 9 hitter, Kinley Wessel, steps in. 2 strikeouts and a fly out to right for Kinley. 1 out in the inning. Runner at first. It's in the dirt. It's going to allow the runner to advance as the ball bounced in front of Noah. She was unable to corral it, so a wild pitch allows the runner to advance into scoring position once again. Pitch was a ball to Wessel. Next pitch is on outside corner for a strike. Wessel, just a freshman, plays in right field. Top of the order looming for Montgomery County. Next pitch is a strike on the inside corner, and unless we have a double play, they will get back to Weekly, who's had 2 hits and been hit by a pitch in this game. The 1-2 pitch is strike 3 called on the inside corner, so Wessel will strike out for the 3rd time looking this time. 2nd out of the inning, and that'll send us to the top of the order. And Jillian Weekly, as I mentioned, she scored 4 runs today with 2 singles, a hit by pitch, and reached on an error. First pitch is drilled straight up the middle. Will there be a play at the plate? They hold the runner up at third, which is probably a smart thing with Hill on deck.
It's a good piece of hitting from Weekly. That was an off-speed pitch that was floating right down the middle of the plate. She recognized that early, was able to turn on it, send it right back where it came from.
So Coach Street's going to go out and talk to the pitcher, and I'm sure they're going to talk about, do we want to pitch to Hill or not?
Yeah, and you can tell on her face, too. It's like, come on, pitch to me. She just wants to hit. Hitting is fun when you're good at it.
4 hits, scored 4 runs, had 4 RBIs. A couple of those hits, 3 of them extra base hits, 2 of them of the bomb variety. 2 home runs, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 6th. That would be a career day in anybody's book.
Yeah, this is a big performance for her. This is one she's going to remember, and she's only a sophomore.
And she's their ace pitcher.
Yeah, she tossed a really great game against Silex last week, and that was a 2-1 finish, but 9 innings, and she did her job, and she just seems like one of those players that can kind of adapt to any role you put her in. But she had a big bomb off of Ryland Harris, deep center field that day. So I had told you about that before the game started, and then her first at bat, she graced you with making me seem like I'm somebody who tells the truth, because
you're like a prophet.
Yeah, she had 2-run blast.
So the first pitch is inside, and the runner's going to score from third. I don't know what the runner at first is doing. Weekly will now go to second. So another wild pitch allows the run to score, an unearned run for Montgomery.
And I thought that it might have hit her, and I think maybe the runner that was at first base thought so too, but
I just put her on now, but they pitched her, and she grounds it up the middle for a base hit. Weekly will score pretty easily as they throw it into the cutoff man, and a stand-up double for Hill.
Heads-up base running, and she's able to turn that around.
RBI number 5 on the game. Weekly scores her 5th run. And they're not out of the woods yet as Olivia Fisher steps in. She's had 3 doubles in this game, driven in 4 herself. And she'll take the first pitch, an off-speed pitch for a strike. 14-6 our score here. As Montgomery flexing their muscles here a little bit in the last 3 innings. Next pitch is popped up. It's going to be over the second baseman's head, but the right fielder Parker comes in and makes a nice catch for the 3rd out of the inning, and so that's going to do it. But 3 runs across for Montgomery County. They lead it 14-6 as we head to the bottom of the 7th on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Pike County Title Company, Ambassador Plumbing Incorporated, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m., including tenderloin, burgers, wraps, and salads. And Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close, featuring delicious entrees like lasagna, red wine pot roast, and more. We offer a variety of dishes beyond pizza and Italian, ensuring there's something for everyone. And don't forget, we're now open Sundays from 11 to 2 p.m. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana. Your perfect dining destination Wednesday through Sunday.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
Bottom of the 7th as the Clopton Lady Hawks have some work to do, 14-6.
And the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Danica Graham, is a strike. Lots of base runners. I'm guessing they're probably taken until they get a strike, and so Graham will be able to cut it loose now as the next pitch is outside for a ball. Kuntz and Noah to follow for the Lady Hawks, and they need a bunch. Next pitch is high in the zone. Makes it 2-1. 14-6 our score here at Eolia, the Corey League field, the city field. Next pitch is a slow roller. It's going to spin foul, just barely. The umpire right on top of it, and that thing wasn't but about 2 inches foul when the catcher, Topol, picked it up.
Smart grab from Topol as that ball was spinning and could have rolled right back into fair territory.
So 2 strikes, 2 balls on the batter here, Graham. And the next pitch is grounded to short. Hill picks it up, throws over to Meyer at first. 6-3 on the putout for the first out, and Riley Kuntz will step in. She's had a good game. Single and a double, got an RBI in the ball game.
Yeah, she's had a great day and has really led the way for Clopton's offense this year. Today really shows that.
She flies the first pitch to right. In comes Wessel. She's got a beat on it and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So we're down to 1 out for the Lady Hawks. And that'll be in the name of Callie Noah, the catcher. Grounded back to the pitcher, flew out to the left and reached on an error back in the 5th. Swings it from the left-hand side. The first pitch is down and away for a ball. Weekly with a workmanlike game, but that ball's hit to deep left center. It may go, and it's off the wall in left center. They'll throw it in, and Callie will go into second with a stand-up double. So she got a good piece of that ball that time. Give her the first hit of the game. So the Hawks aren't dead just yet.
Yeah, that runner at second base is Callie Noah. We may have a courtesy, and we do. So somebody will come in place of her, and that brings in Brooke Jarrett, and she hasn't reached today. She's grounded out to the pitcher twice, and then had a fly out to the first baseman.
Madeline Williams is the courtesy runner for the Lady Hawks. Jarrett needs to put the ball on the grass if she can. She fouls the first pitch back. Grounded back to the pitcher twice and popped up to first. Has Jarrett in this game, one of the seniors. Where's number 23? 0-1 the count, 2 outs in the inning. Hawks trail 14-6. The next pitch is down, and it's 2-0, or 1-1, I should say. We're in the bottom of the 7th. A lot of football for you tomorrow night as Friday Night Lights will get going. We'll tell you about that in the postgame. Next pitch is fouled down the right side and out of play, making it 1-2. Down to a strike for the Hawks, and what's turned out to be a beautiful night.
Besides the dust.
The 1-2 pitch is high, and we need an air machine to blow off our equipment because it is covered.
Yeah, we're covered in dirt. The equipment's covered in dirt.
Next pitch, a ground ball to Hill at short. She comes up out of the hole, throws to first, and that'll do it for the ball game. A nice play by Hill to end it, and the Montgomery County Wildcats win it by the score of 14-6. Postgame's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, La Crosse Lumber Company, and Sudsy Tobe.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the square in Bowling Green.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the number one priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Pepsi Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
Well, the Montgomery County Lady Wildcats come to Eolia and get an EMO conference win over the host Clopton Lady Hawks by the final score of 14-6. And Maddie, it was just kind of a methodical win by Montgomery County, and the top of the order, the top four hitters really did some major damage.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, whenever you have a player that has a couple of doubles, a single, and two-run home runs, that's kind of your story. You can go out there as a pitcher and have some of your best stuff, but there could be a hitter in there that's on their best game too. You can make the best pitch in the world and it can still go over the fence, and I think that's a true story here of what maybe happened today. I think Ashlyn Noah threw a lot of pitches, so as she got deeper into the game, we saw more of those pitches float to the middle of the plate, and so that was happening 0-2. And whenever you have an off-speed pitch and people are able to recognize it, that's where we saw some of those late inning hits. And so those are things that you're going to only have to continue to work on and build endurance, but it's also a pitcher's smart, right? Like, I know if I'm 0-2, I'm not floating a pitch over the meat of the plate. I'm making somebody chase it and go after it. Even if it's a ball in the count, I want to make somebody chase it. And as you got deeper into the game, you had already thrown a lot of pitches. It's hard to do that.
14 runs, 15 hits from Montgomery County. They had 4 errors, left 4 on base. The Hawks, 6 runs, 7 hits, only 1 error, so they played pretty clean. They left 6 on base. Weekly, Jillian, the winning pitcher. Noah will take the loss. Hour and 37 minutes for the game, and it was a good ball game, but just 15 hits is a lot to give up in a game.
It is, and so those are all adjustments you're going to have to make, and it's also one of those mental humps. Again, if somebody else is hitting, you have to go out there and hit too. The game's not over until inning 7 or a run rule, whatever it may be. You've got to continue to go out there and fight. And so that's something you got to find in yourselves. And I think Clopton's done a really good job of that this year, but there's some times where you can just tell where the energy has been sucked out of a team. And I really think that that's what we saw this afternoon, because this is a team that they can compete with.
Courtesy of Reese Hill, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's just like popping a balloon. And it's like, well, there was all of our energy. It's gone. And so, you know, it's just a mental thing you're going to have to continue to push through. And some of the errors and, you know, how deep you're going into a account can affect that too. People are on their heels. If we're walking people, if we're getting hit by pitch, whatever it may be. But you just got to stay engaged.
We'll take our final break tonight. We'll be back to wrap things up here. We'll tell you about tomorrow night's action in football right after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Mike Henry Excavating, Pogue Chevy Buick in Hannibal, and Service and Supply Co-op.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance and financial service needs. Call, email, text, or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield, a family-oriented office, is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Castile's Color Wheel, Eagle's Nest Inn, and People's Savings Bank.
The Hawks dropped 6-6 on the season. Montgomery County raises their record to 9-4. The Hawks will be in action on Tuesday at Louisiana. Montgomery County will host Van Far on Tuesday, and tomorrow night we'll have football around the area.
Yes, we will have a big Louisiana homecoming game. A lot of our area teams are playing Wright City for homecoming, and so that's the case again this week as Wright City went from Bowling Green's homecoming to Louisiana's homecoming, which is tomorrow night. The homecoming parade was tonight for Louisiana and the bonfire, and so that'll be online. You can check that out with kjfmradio.com, and then our game that will be on air tomorrow night, it will be the Bowling Green Bobcats as they travel to North Callaway. North Callaway 3-0 on the season as well. So Bowling Green taking on the Thunderbirds and Louisiana taking on the Wildcats.
We're going to try something we did last year. I'm going to be in the studio, and we're going to have a little bit of a pre-game show to set up the night. And so we'll tune in about 6:15. We'll hope you'll be there to join that. Pittsfield plays host to Williamsville, I think. So they'll be in action. We'll keep up with the Illinois side as well. Here, it was all Montgomery County. Final thoughts?
Yeah, I think both of these teams are kind of day-to-day. You don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, when you look at the scores from earlier in the week, Montgomery County dropped a game to Bowling Green, who has struggled this year, 11-0. And then they come into this game, and their bats are alive. Reese Hill making a big difference in this game, but I think that Clopton has a lot of fight in them, and there's a lot of youth with some leadership in the upperclassmen, and so just as Coach Dean Street says, you're going to have to minimize those errors, and once you do that, things are going to look a lot different, and you're going to also be a lot happier. You're going to be want to. It's going to improve all facets of your game. So those are just little adjustments that can be made, and all that matters is what happens in October, because that's when the season starts over.
I want to thank Brendan back at the station for keeping us in line.
Yeah, thank you, Brendan.
Yeah. For Matt Ingram, this is Jim Ross. Your final score, Montgomery County 14, Clopton 6. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. You're listening to Eagle 102, KJFM, Louisiana, Bowling Green, 102.1 on your dial. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102, your all-time favorites.